Okay, so this is my second Blender tutorial. I will be covering IPO curves and keyframing. So what the first thing that you're going to need to do is take this first screen you have there and split this area so that you can have the IPO curve editor, which is right here, and you can open that up, and then what you'll need to do is you'll need to first, I'm going to be making this cube move around. It'll just be going in little circles, but it's still cool. What you can do is you can move it, I'm going to move it about 2 over to the right, and what you can do is while you're moving it, you can hold down Control and it'll sort of lock it into place, and that's much easier to make it look much cleaner. And this is where I'm going to start, and I'm on frame 1 over here, as you can see. That's basically where you're going to do, and what you can do is you can press I and it'll bring up the insert keyframe, and you can do local, rotation, or scale, and I'm going to do location, which is it's on 3 on the x-axis and 3 on the y-axis and 0 on the z-axis. And so then what you're going to need to do is you can press the up button on your like beside it where it says end page down, page up, right there. You can press up. I'm going to press it up 5 times so that I can get to 50 frames, and then I will move this around. I'm going to move it over here, down there, and then I'm going to insert another keyframe by pressing I, and that'll do location, and that's basically telling it that at point 51 you want it to be at that location. And so then you can do it again, go over to 101 now, and you can press Control and move it over here, and then press I, location, then do it again, and then oops, I need to shoot, just messed up. But go up the 50, and then you press Control and move it up, and then you press I to insert the keyframe, then you go up another 50, and then press Control and move it over to the right to its original destination, and then press I, location. And that you can see over here there's these curves, and it says on the y-axis it moves down from 3 to -3, then back up to +3 and levels out, and then on the x-axis it goes from 3, goes down to -3, goes back up to 3. And you can play with this a little bit just to see what you've done. You can press Alt A, which views the animation just on the little screen there. Oops, there you go. And so it shows you its a little curved direction. And then what you can do to change things up, like you can play around with this, you can right click on the x-axis, and then what you can do is you can go down to curve and the interpolation mode, which is where you get to choose the actual movement, and you can say constant, which is basically just sticks, just stops and goes there, and you can see what that looks like. It looks like it's skipping through space. Goes and skips and then goes back up, and that doesn't look very good, not at all. You can even go to curve and you can do linear, which basically makes it a straight line, so it goes there and it doesn't stop or slow down or anything, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'm not even sure. Let's see this. I'll make sure that you can see it better. Going like this and doing interpolation as linear, and then you can do Alt A Alt A, which will move the cube around. And you can see it doesn't look very natural, it's sort of rigid as it stops. And then you can go back to your original line, which was Bezier. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but there you go. That just means curved. And then you can go back and do this, and it looks smoother. Okay. I'm gonna highlight that so you can see it better. And then what I can even do after that is I can go into curve and then do edit selected, which basically brings up these little tabs right here, and you can right click on them, and then you can press G to move them around, and you can see how it sort of changes the way that it's curved. And you can do this, which will make it so that it'll go further and then come back and stop. So I'll show you what that looks like. So Alt A. Yeah, that one sort of made it curve around on the side. And then I can go over here and press it here, and then do G and move it around so you can see this. This will be just crazy. It'll move all over the place. Like that. And then you can just press Control Z a couple times to get it back to the original place where it was at. And you can even, what you can do is you can go back to point and edit selected, and then you can press G and you can just move around this entire thing wherever you want it, like. And you can hold down Control while you're doing this so it sort of sticks into wherever place you want it. I'm going to put it about there to see how that does it. And that basically just moved it a bunch to the right, and then also a little bit down. So I will back, and I can press G and move it back to where it originally was, which was about there. And then you can go in here and just like play around with any of these things, and then you can do extend mode, which I think is cyclic, and that will make it keep doing what it's supposed to, but that's not what it's supposed to be doing. So you can do that, and you can do the same thing with the y-axis. You can do that and extend mode and cyclic, and that will just make it go in circles over and over and over and over. There you go, and there you have it. You can play around, and the next one I will be showing you how to make a person and sort of animate him a little bit more. So, okay.